What if Polaroid completely vanished? Like gone forever? Because in 2008, that nearly happened. The company was collapsing, filing bankruptcy, and everyone thought instant photography was dead. The camera world was moving on. But then, something unexpected happened. Hey, welcome back to Alt Buzz. Before we dig in, smash that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up next week. So fast forward to 2025, and suddenly Polaroid's everywhere again. We're talking flips, app-free instant cameras breaking the internet, Gen Z lining up for retro gear, and the entire instant film market exploding to $5.3 billion. How does a dead company come back from the grave? And what's this forgotten partnership that saved the entire format? Stick around, because we're uncovering the Polaroid resurrection story that's about to change everything you thought you knew about analog photography. Let's rewind to 2008. Picture this: boardrooms at Polaroid's headquarters, executives shuffling papers with grim faces. The instant film business, it was hemorrhaging. We're talking a 90% collapse in sales. 90%. You know that feeling when your entire world shifts in a way you don't see coming? That's what happened when smartphones became ubiquitous. Suddenly, everyone had a camera in their pocket. Why wait for instant film to develop when you could see a photo the second you snapped it? The convenience was intoxicating, and Polaroid couldn't compete. But here's the thing. It wasn't just about the technology shift. Polaroid's identity was getting lost. Edwin Land, the founder who literally invented instant photography back in 1947, his vision of capturing the moment and holding it in your hands within seconds, that had become a novelty in a digital world obsessed with instant digital sharing. Imagine being the company that pioneered something revolutionary, only to watch the world move past it. By 2008, Polaroid declared bankruptcy. Their iconic cameras, those square format, white frame prints that defined a generation, became relics, museum pieces, collector's items gathering dust on forgotten shelves. The production lines went silent. The film manufacturing stopped. For anyone who grew up with those cameras, it felt like losing a piece of nostalgia itself. The contrast was brutal, right? Just decades earlier, Polaroid was the undisputed king of instant photography. Households fought over them at parties. Professional photographers used them as creative tools. And then, the market just evaporated. It seemed like the end of an era. But then everything changed. Enter 2010, and something unexpected happened. A scrappy team of photographers and engineers looked at Polaroid's collapse and thought, what if we could save this? They were part of what became known as the Impossible Project. And here's where it gets interesting. They didn't have the original Polaroid machinery. They didn't have decades of manufacturing secrets. What they had was obsession, pure obsession with instant film. They reverse engineered the chemistry, rebuilt the production process from scratch, and started making instant film in an old Polaroid factory in the Netherlands. Within a few years, they weren't just keeping the format alive. They were literally becoming the heartbeat of instant photography. Eventually, they partnered with Polaroid itself, and boom, Polaroid Originals was born. The comeback was on. Now let me hit you with something. The instant film market didn't just stabilize, it grew. And not in some small way. We're talking year-over-year growth throughout the 2010s and into the early 20s. By 2025, that market hit $5.3 billion globally. Let that sink in. A format everyone said was dead was now worth billions. But the real explosion? That happened this decade. Gen Z discovered Polaroid. They decided that in an age of infinite digital sharing, something physical, something tangible, something that couldn't be endlessly filtered and edited, that was rebellion. That was cool. This brings us to the flip. Imagine this, mid-2025, a camera launches that has no screen, no app, no AI, just pure, unfiltered instant photography. It's compact, fits in your pocket, and forces you to be intentional about what you shoot. The Flip became an anti-AI hero in a world drowning in algorithm-driven content. And guess what? It flew off the shelves. Around the same time, Polaroid rolled out the Now Plus Generation 2. This one, it's got Bluetooth filters, better flash, sharper optics. It's instant photography for the modern era, but without selling your soul to the digital gods. These cameras represent something deeper than nostalgia. They're a statement. Here's a question for you. Retro trend, real revival, or just hype? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because honestly, the data suggests it's real. The instant film industry isn't just bouncing back, it's reinventing itself for creators, artists, and everyday people who want something tactile in a touchscreen world. Think about it this way. When was the last time you held a physical photograph and felt something? When was the last time you couldn't delete it, couldn't undo it, couldn't swipe past it? Polaroid understood something fundamental about human nature. We crave permanence in an impermanent world. By the way, if you're digging this deep dive into camera history and trends, consider supporting AltBuzz. Head to Buy Me a Coffee, links in the description. Even a few bucks helps us keep researching and creating content like this. Or stick around as we explore more untold stories in the camera world. So where are we now in 2025? Polaroid isn't just surviving, they're thriving. And here's what makes this story so relevant to you. The revival of Polaroid teaches us something crucial. Analog doesn't lose because it's outdated. It loses because people forget why it mattered in the first place. But once you remember, once you feel that click, shake that film, watch the image emerge before your eyes, digital can't touch that experience. This ties directly back to AltBuzz and your top-performing camera reviews. Nostalgic gear wins. Every single time. The Fujifilm X106, the Canon EOS 5 Rebel series, even retro lenses adapted to mirrorless bodies. Why do they dominate our most watched videos? Because people are hungry for something real. Something that feels like it has weight, consequence, and soul. The Flip's success isn't an accident. It's a direct response to smartphone fatigue. Gen Z is rejecting perfection. They're embracing blur, grain, unpredictability, all the things that made old Polaroid prints feel alive. Meanwhile, the Now Plus Generation 2 is capturing that spirit while offering modern conveniences like Bluetooth connectivity for creative collaboration. And the instant film market? $5.3 billion isn't a blip. That's a sustainable, growing industry. That's film manufacturers retooling factories. That's photographers who ditched Polaroid in 2008 asking themselves, what did I miss? Here's the lesson for creators and enthusiasts. Never underestimate the power of tactile, intentional creation tools. In an age where everything's optimized for efficiency and shareability, the opposite, something slow, something permanent, something that forces you to slow down, becomes the ultimate luxury. The Polaroid revival also shows us that bankruptcy isn't the end. It's a plot twist. The impossible project proved that passion and ingenuity can resurrect what seemed dead. That's inspiring on its own, but it's also a reminder that formats and brands we think are gone might just be waiting for the right moment to come back. Oh, and before we wrap up, the AltBuzz official website is now live. Check the description for the link. We've got curated resources, camera breakdowns, and the full archive of your favorite rumor deep dives all in one place. If this Polaroid revival saga had you hooked, smash that like button and subscribe for more Camera Chronicles. We're diving into forgotten stories that shaped the gear you use today. And here's what's next. We're going deep into Kodak's comeback wars. Yeah, Kodak, the company everyone thought died even harder than Polaroid. Turns out they've been quietly revolutionizing the film industry while everyone was looking away. You won't believe what they've been building. Want more? Head over to our retro camera reviews and rumors playlist. It's packed with side-by-side breakdowns, spec comparisons, and the gear that's defining 2025. Here's how you can support AltBuzz and get early access to upcoming content. Subscribe for weekly uploads. Hit Super Thanks to unlock exclusive behind-the-scenes insights. Grab us a coffee on Buy Me a Coffee, links in the description. Join our membership program and become a core member or elite partner for ad-free episodes and monthly community calls where we debate camera rumors and you vote on what we cover next. Thanks for sticking with us, camera lovers. This is Alt Buzz, where we uncover the stories behind the gear. See you next time.